Hello students, let's begin with our second chapter, that is types of software. Now what you are going to learn in this chapter are software, types of software, system software and application software. So let's start with part 1, that is software. See, students, we all know that our brain gives us instructions to act and react. Likewise, the same way, computer gets all the instructions from the software to perform various tasks. A computer is a machine that does not show any intelligence of its own. A computer without instructions is like a car without an engine. So, it requires a set of instructions given by a user to work on. So, these set of instructions are called programs, which are written in the computer languages. And then this set of programs will be called software. So, remember, what is software? Software is a set of programs. And what is instruction? The computer works on the instruction. Now let's see the definition. A software is a collection of programs that is stored and run on the computer hardware. Helps the user to work on the computer. We cannot touch and see the software. So softwares are those part of the computer system that we cannot touch and we cannot see. Okay. Now let's see the types of software. There are basically two types of software. First is system software and the second is application software. System software is again divided into three types, that is operating system, language processor and utility software. Application software is again divided into two parts, general purpose software and specific purpose software. Okay, so remember there are two types of software, system software and application software. Now let's begin with part 3, that is system software. So first we will see the definition of it. System software is defined as a collection of programs that controls the overall operations and working of a computer system. So in short, remember that system software controls all the operations of the computer system. It reads data from the input devices and transfers the processed information to the output devices as shown in figure. So it's system software's responsibility to handle each and every operations of the computer system. So we can say that system software is like a mother. Okay. Now system software is again divided into three types: operating system, language processor and utility software. So now we will see each of them one by one. Begin with the operating system. See, operating system is a program used to operate a computer. It acts as an interface between the user and hardware and enables them to work together. So we can say that operating system is the mediator between hardware and software or between hardware and user. When computer is switched on, operating system is the first program that gets loaded in the computer memory. So which program first loaded in the computer memory? Operating system. Now see the examples of operating system. Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Mac operating system, Android operating system, Unix, Linux. These all are the Examples of operating system. In school, we are learning Windows 7. In phone, we are having Android application. Now let's see the functions of OS. The first function is device management, that is input output. An operating system controls the working of all input and output devices. Second is memory management. An operating system assigns memory to various programs. Third is software management. It means that whatever the software that are application software, for example Paint, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, etc., it manages all the software. The next is processor management. It handles the working of the processor. The next is file management. Means it gives us the ability to create, delete, transfer, copy and store files in the computer system. And the next is security. So it provides security by means of passwords to prevent the misuse of computer. So these are some functions of OS. As shown in figure, you can see that it can handle everything. Now let's see the types of OS. There are three types of OS, that is operating system, single user, multi-user and multitasking. So now let's see what is single user operating system. Single user operating system allows only one user to use computer system at any given time. Okay, so it means that only one user can operate at the same time. This is the most common type of operating system that is used in homes and offices. Okay, so after completing the first person's work, the second person can do his or her work. Okay, so this is single user. The next is multi-user operating system. It is known as Network Operating System, that is NOS. It allows access to computer system by more than one user at the same time. It manages user requests. In this, the computers are connected to the main computer through a network. Okay? Now what are the examples of the multi-user operating system? Linux, Unix and Windows Server. In these, resources of the main computer are shared among the user. As shown in figure, there is one computer and that is shared by all the user. So we can say that there is a server PC and the computer that uses the server PC are known as client PCs. Now let's see the third one, multitasking operating system. This operating system allows users to run more than one application programs at the same time. It allows user to switch from one program to another without losing information. So we can say that we are using multitasking operating system because we can run many programs at the same time. At the same time we can run Word, Paint, we can listen to the music. So this is multitasking operating system. Examples are Linux, Unix and Windows. Now let's see the second system software, that is utility software. Utility software performs the following tasks: managing a computer, its devices or programs, assists in the smooth functioning of a computer system and helps it to perform better. It also prevents virus attacks. Take backup of your data and data recovery. So these are some functions of the utility software. You can buy various utility programs from the licensed computer store. Some utility programs are also available free of cost on the internet. So you can download it. So these are some examples, that is disk defragmentation, user accounts, antivirus software, formatting, encryption and decryption, system cleanup, software updates. Okay, so utility software handles all these functions. Now let's see the types of utility software. The first is network utility. Network utility checks the network connectivity and configuration of the network devices. It also examines the network speed and performance, monitor network traffic from the console, tracks the bandwidth usage, etc. So, these are the some functions that are handled by network utility software. You can download it or you can purchase it. Next is File Manager. File Manager utility helps the user to perform various operations on files such as viewing, editing, copying, and deleting. It also helps in managing files and folders and organizing them in a computer's storage device. So, we are creating folders and file in computer system. These all are handled by File Manager utility. Next is disk management. Say student, you might have seen in computer lab the C drive, D drive, etc. So these drives are handled by disk management utility software. It helps the user to view, manage the disk drive installed in a computer, to partition drives, to format drives, to assign drive letters, etc. So C drive, D drive, etc. we have seen in computer lab and we are making files and folders in the computer. Next is scanning. Now what is scanning? The act of examining the computer system, drives or files for possible virus or malware attack is known as scanning. It can be done by antivirus utility that you can purchase. It provides protection against virus attacks. It also includes tools to recover lost files and protect your machine against system failure. So in case virus has deleted some files in your computer system and if you have installed antivirus software, so your file will be saved. These are some examples of this utility, that is Quick Heal, Avast, AVG, Norton, Kaspersky, McAfee. Okay, so these you can purchase from the internet. Now the next is backup. What does it mean backup? Backup is a process of storing a copy of data in another storage device so that it can be recovered and restored in case of damage or loss of the original data. So if your computer suffers from virus attack, if you have backup with you, you can easily save your data. There are chances that sometimes hard disk may fail. So a vigilant user keeps a backup of his files on various secondary storage devices. Okay? The next utility software is compression. It is a process that shrinks files so that less disk space is occupied. Before sending files as an email attachment, there is a need to compress file size. Examples of such softwares are WinZip, PKZip, 7zip, WinRAR, etc. These utility programs compress your files so that you can easily send them through email or whatever the facility you require. Now the third system software is language processor. See, we are writing program in high level languages, but computer can understand only machine language. So we need some translator programs. So these language processors are translator programs used to convert high level language program into machine language so that computer can understand. Okay? As computer can understand only machine language, we need language processors for converting programs written in computer languages like Java, Python, C, C++, etc. There are basically two types of language processor. The first is interpreter. See, interpreter translates the program code line by line. If any error is found, it displays the error and does not proceed until the error is rectified. Now, the computer language BASIC 256 uses interpreter. The next is compiler. It translates whole program into equivalent machine code in one step. So it saves your time. It generates object code for the program along with the list of errors. The languages like C, C++, Java uses a compiler. So these all about the system software. Now let's see the application software. That is part 4. There are basically two types of application software. See, these are the programs developed by programmers in order to perform specific types of jobs like formatting the documents, doing calculations, arranging data in an organized manner, etc. So, application software are developed by computer programmers in computer languages. Two types of application software, general purpose and special purpose. Now we will see each of them one by one. The first is general purpose software. See, in that the first is word processing software. These softwares are used to create professional looking documents, change the appearance of the text, produce a hard copy of the document as per your requirement. So student, the Microsoft Word, yes, we all are using in computer lab. So this is a word processing software. The next is electronic spreadsheet. These softwares are used to perform calculations, display data in the form of chart. It can manage and organize numerical data like financial accounting, cost analysis, interest calculations, etc. Now, VC was the first computer spreadsheet program. Examples are Microsoft Excel, OpenOffice.org Calci, etc. See, these Excel you will learn in 7th standard. The next is database management system. That is, these are the softwares that are used to arrange and store large amount of information in an organized manner. They are helpful to creating, adding, find, update, sorting, printing and retrieving the information stored in a database. So, database management system and the examples are Microsoft Access, OpenOffice.org Base, FoxPro, Oracle, etc. Next is presentation software. See, these softwares are used to present an idea and concept in a lively manner. Create and display slides on a computer or projector for business or education purpose. Create video clips, animation, etc. So these are the software in that you can create your presentation. Examples are Microsoft PowerPoint, OpenOffice.org Impress, Adobe Flash, etc. Now let's see the desktop publishing software. These softwares are used to combine both text and graphics features to design professional documents like newsletters, printed form, advertisements, books, brochures, posters, magazines, etc. So magazines companies are used the CorelDRAW. Examples are CorelDRAW, Adobe InDesign, Quark Express, etc. These are desktop publishing software. Next is graphics software. Now, they are used to create images such as charts, graphs, photographs, logos, cartoons and much more. Even you can edit your photos also in this kind of software. Examples are Paint, yes we all are using it, Photoshop, AutoCAD, Dreamweaver, etc. So by using graphics software, you can edit your photos, images, charts, graphs, etc. The next general purpose software is multimedia software. Now, multimedia softwares are used to create video, animation, sound, graphics, and text with a high degree of interaction. Examples are game software, Windows Media Player, Windows Movie Maker, etc. So here you can create your own video by using multimedia software. You can play audio, you can listen to music by using multimedia software. Now let's see the second type of application software, that is special purpose software. It is a software that is specially designed for a particular organization or user according to their requirements. They are known as customized software. They are created by computer programmers. They use different programming languages to do so. Okay, so the examples are commercial websites, business database, software for private firms, etc. The very well known example is Easy Admin. Yes, Easy Admin software is a customized software that is created for our school only. So here we are finishing with our chapter. I hope that all your concept clear. Thank you for watching my video.